in an instant. The prosecution is right about at least one thing. Life can change in an instant. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to talk to you about three things: love, accidents, and doubt. If we travel back to the morning of May 15, 2008, you would meet my client, Kaylee Cypress, a young teenage girl in love. Not just any love, her first love. Head over heels in love with Rick Jonas. Rick and Kaylee had their whole lives planned out. You know, like most teenagers, they know exactly what's going to happen when they're in high school. Rick and Kaylee are going to go to college, get their degrees, get married, and of course, live happily ever after. But later on that morning on May 15th, Kaylee's love-bitten world, in an instant, began to crumble when a friend told her, you know, your best friend, Helena Lopez, has been texting with your love, your life, Rick Jonas. Of course, Kaylee didn't believe this. It can't be. See, because you have to understand, Kaylee and Helena were the best of friends. They go way back. Just 2 years ago, Kaylee had a sweet 16 birthday party. And Helena had one of those very special VIP spots to her party. So even though she thought this was just some vicious lie, rumor, Kaylee was still tormented by the thought that her boyfriend was cheating on her with her best friend. A dark cloud came over Kaylee's world. And so by the time lunch came around, Kaylee went into the lunchroom. She saw Helena and she asked her, is it true? Are you cheating on me? Are you cheating with my boyfriend? And of course, Helena denied it. But Kaylee sees it. She sees right there on the cafeteria table. She sees the phone and she knows the real truth is in that phone. So Kaylee picks it up and she starts looking through. She's looking for the answers. In the background, Helena is being vicious and she's demanding, give me my phone back. And she's taunting Kaylee. Give me my phone back, you pathetic loser. Well, Kaylee is just interested in one thing. Is it true? She's looking through the text messages. All of that's not registering. But Kaylee finds what she's looking for. Rick and Helena are planning a big date to go to some concert. Finally, reality is setting in. The cloud gets darker, but she hears in the background all these vicious demands coming from Helena. And she's like, fine, here's your phone. But instead of catching the phone tragically and accidentally struck Jack Saffron. Ladies and gentlemen, this accident, as we all know, occurred in school. School is a place where our kids go to learn. School is a place where our kids go to be kids. School is a place where kids make mistakes and where accidents do happen. We can't criminalize accidents that happen at school. And that's exactly what happened with this cell phone. It was just an accident. It was a tragic accident. But it was indeed an accident. You see, the prosecution is not concerned about all the things that were going on in the school that day. The prosecution says that this is a crime. But Kaylee is taking responsibility. And we are a society that wants people to take responsibility for the things that they've done. Kaylee is not a saint. Kaylee has been in trouble before, but once again, she's in school, the place you go to make mistakes. If the prosecution were really interested in things, and what will come out in this case are a bunch more questions. Like, what if Helena Lopez followed the rules and did not bring her cell phone to school that day? Would there have been an accident? What if Jack Saffron had followed the rules and not been wearing those headphones and listening to his iPod? Would he have been more alert? What if Sunnyvale High School had more than just one teacher monitoring all of those high school students that afternoon? Would that teacher have noticed the phone sitting out in the open? Would that teacher have noticed Jack wearing his headphones in plain sight? Would that teacher have noticed how distraught Kaylee was and put an end to all of this? Well, the prosecution has a very, very difficult job here in trying to meet its burden to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that Kaylee Cypress is guilty. And when you think about beyond all reasonable doubt, I want you to think about a chain with many links in it. And for you to establish reasonable doubt here, all you have to find is one weak link in that chain. If there's one weak link in the prosecution's case, there's reasonable doubt. And you can find my client, Kaylee Cypress, not guilty. So, as you listen to the evidence, I want you to pay attention. Will the evidence show that Kaylee knew for certain that her acts were actually going to basically kill Jack or Helena? Will the evidence show beyond a reasonable doubt that Kaylee knew for certain that her acts were going to cause physical pain, costing herself? Will the evidence show that Kaylee's actions completely deviated from what we would consider normal in those same circumstances?
2 minutes.
Will the evidence show that Kaylee took that phone in order to keep it from Helena forever? No. What the evidence will show is that in an instant, Kaylee's friendship and love faded away. What the evidence will show is that in an instant, Kaylee complied with Helena's vicious demands. And the evidence will show that in an instant, Jack Saffron tragically lost an eye in a horrific accident. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay close attention to all the evidence presented in this case. Look for all the many weak links in the prosecution's case, and return a verdict of not guilty for Kaylee Cypress. Thank you.
Comments, please.